Our ILEG technology screens. We are doing a 50 lumen test on the panel surface. This is the same surface that was over there and that was over here. We're using our Magsonic portable projector right there to see exactly how this thing is going to read on the desk. I'm going to be on the place in the game system, PS4. For some reason, we run this through PC. We have all kinds of problems that don't pick up correctly on this particular projector. Nothing wrong with the projector. My projector, I've had it for quite a very long time, and it was just a matter of time before it started to give me some problems. I've been addicted to watching a show called the IT Crowd, man. It's amazing. British sitcom. It is hilarious. I don't know what. I want to get more episodes. So right now we have it in our office setting right over top the desk. And we're running at 50 lumens, 720p. These projectors don't do 600 by 800 res. They do a little lower than that. I think it's 480 by something like, I think it's 6 something by 480, something crazy, but I'll have to look it up for you. But anyway, I want to see if it actually works on the desk, which it's working perfectly fine. Colors are popping up nice and sharp. Contrast levels are reading correctly. Two of the things these panels have the option to do, they can operate on piece together to make larger screens. They can curve to make curved screens. And if you're going to be using this for your office use, if you want to use this for a little mini screen or however you design it, there are going to be smaller versions of these. But anyway, if you want to use this for a mini screen for your desk, it can be used for your desk, whether it's laying this way or flat. We're testing it two ways, this way and laying flat to the table. Now, if we can operate at 50 lumens, we can run anything we want off of it. Minimum for us in a fully lit environment has to be 50. Especially when you're using it for table displays. You don't want these big bulky machines sitting on top of your table. You want something small. Something you can easily, won't be in the way. It won't make a ton of noise or generate tons of heat. You don't want that. And this is where these small Pico projectors come in are handy. So as you can see, the technology is working with it quite well. And this is what's in the panel specification of what it's designed to do. Now I plan to have smaller panels. We're working on that next, getting a set of smaller panels in here, coding those so we can have those for other options for desks. This will allow you to run your interactive software right off your desk if you want to drag and drop technology. Virtual keyboard, virtual mouse, that's what we're building. But the Connect system, the Connect program that we have loaded up on the computer has some very interesting applications for PC. And one of them gives you the ability to be able to control your keyboard and mouse with just you. We need to make sure that we're dragging and dropping pens in the infrared. It can read on the screen. Get a little volume. Anything has volume on it. That's a volume. Now, like I said, this is the only projector I've seen so far besides the WeMax. I've seen somebody use a WeMax on our gunmetal. But for our testing on our end, yeah, these Magsonics are the only ones that can work on our screens. So far, it's our name brand. We've been using this projector for years. Let's start some other videos. Running at 100%.
Taxes was paying the price.
Someone cut me a nice sub monitor, not of this. I'm actually going to be getting a different size. I want a different size. I got several different sizes they make in these panels. So we got a 12-inch by 12-inch. What size the monitor I have over here? I'm a little bigger than the one we have over here. So now we go into the specification sheets. We rewrite. We now have it at 50 lumens. We have it operating on a desk with no problem whatsoever. And we have to have a section there for pico projectors. Minimum lumens we can read at 50 lumens, which is fantastic because when you get to 50, then you have anything at 50, anything at 100, 150 lumens, 200 lumens, 300 lumens, 400 lumens, and 500 lumens are considered to be picos. And if we can get 50 to run crystal clear, everything above that is going to be a cakewalk. That's the run. Going to our specification sheet, we start with a category in there for table projection and for displaying for pico use. Shows that what happens without our technology. If you were to take a white tabletop screen and stick it up there, it can't read.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Jake from State Farm, everybody.
Notice how the screen hits the reflection off the white surface, how it reflects onto the table. Notice how our technology has no reflection because it can absorb. This is what I explained to you what happens to you when you have white and gray screens, especially in dedicated theater rooms. When you hit one of those screens, I don't care if it's even 50 lumens, you will reflect light everywhere in the environment. Can't absorb. So imagine that 50 lumens having that issue on the table. Imagine a 3,000 lumen projector strike that screen. Imagine the projector at 3,000 at a foot strike a screen See how much light splashes all over your environment. Screen can't absorb. That's the problem. So people keep going up on their gain levels. They keep going higher and higher and higher on the lumen count. And the problem, you go higher and higher lumen count, you're actually washing your screen out 10 times faster. The lumens is not going to help you. Some people do believe that to get a higher lumen count, this will help you. If you look at the promo demonstration with the church, they had a 7,000 lumen projector. They struck that screen, they didn't read. Your projector doesn't work unless it has a screen that allows it to be able to work. At 50 lumens, that white surface is reflecting right back to that table. Can't absorb. Not only that, can't even read. Washes out too fast. 50 lumens on a white screen will wash out extremely fast. Gray screens have the same issue. Gray screens, like I said before, I've been on forum sites before. When people talk about the 2.0 on a gray screen, I was like, nope, they don't have 2.0s. They don't have any gain at all. If they did have any type of gain, they would be able to operate in fully environments. You know what the purpose of gain is? To give the screen the ability to be able to absorb light, so that way it can generate light to keep the screen from basically washing out or fading. It can maintain light in the environment. You don't have gain if you're sitting in the dark with a screen. That's the whole purpose of the gain, the ability to move and be able to operate in well-lit environments. If you're in a dark environment all the time, you don't have gain on your screen of any sort. Same thing I talk about ambient light rejection technology. Any screens today who claim to be ambient light rejection, they spend a majority of their time in the dark. How are you in a controlled environment if you have ambient light rejection? Either you have it or you don't. So I should be able to take that screen into a commercial environment, a well-lit environment without any control in there, and be able to operate without my color or contrast washing or deteriorating off the screen. If I can't do that on your ambient light rejection screen, there's a problem there. That means you do not have this as you claim you do. This is why I told you at the end of the year, I'm challenging companies. I don't care who you are. I'm challenging you on your ambient light rejection technology. I don't think you'll have it. I really don't. Elite Screens, all the companies, I really don't think you have it. Every time I watch one of your demonstrations, it's a dark environment. Got a little bit of light behind the back of the screen. Got these headlights up top. The light's pushing towards you. I can clearly see the lights in your direction. Got a little lamp in the corner. That's not ambient light rejection to us. Please question me on ambient light rejection technology. I'll show you something called a halo system. I'll show you a demonstration with exact sunlight absorbing through a screen. I'll show you demonstrations with screens fired up the galaxies off ceilings. Ask me about it. I can even generate off a floor. A floor is the one area that's going to take the most ambient light out of any area, because all the light is directed to the floor. So, I don't believe you have it. I go to forum sites and have discussions. There's no point in having these discussions on YouTube. I go to forum sites where we can be in the actual forum site where the screen is located. Like Valva won't be the point of me on here having a deep discussion about Valva. You know where I want to? I went to Valva, their homepage itself, and had that discussion. That's how I was able to get that information. Any one of these certified screens that I test, I go to their forum site and have this conversation with them. Leave out of there, we got a lot of question marks. People are now baffled about their screens at the end of the day. Well, you know, he's kind of right on that. Yeah, tell me, why are you in a controlled environment if you have ambient light rejection technology? If I get your screen and I spend 5 G's for it, guess what? That thing better pull up anywhere the freak I stick it at. I don't want to hear calibration. I don't want to hear you got to be in a dark, controlled environment. The colors are I don't want to hear any of that. That's a $5,000 screen. I'm not trying to hear that. Angle gain issues. If I turn to the side, my screen goes dark. Oh no, I'm not trying to hear that. I can't run this on an ultra short though projector. What do you mean I can't? Oh, you got to have a special screen for that. I don't want to hear that either. Can I take this outside? Because I would like to take it outside and watch it on my patio or whatever. Or it can't go outside. Hmm. This is what I find interesting. The screens that they do make for outside are cheap. They're usually white or silver screens, like the Yardmaster. Those screens they let you take outside. They really don't have an ambient light rejection technology. The 2.0, 1.0, that stuff like that, that's bogus. It really is. I don't know how they read their gains. At the end of the day, everybody's a professional in that field. But it doesn't sound right for me. It doesn't. Excuse me. As for the ceiling light rejection technology in the Elite screens, that was a demonstration that you saw with the lights in the back of the screen. That's supposed to be their ceiling light rejection technology. I've had their stuff already. I've had all the ceiling light rejection technology developed. I've had it here. It does work to a degree. In their way of what it does for what they designed it for. But in my world, it doesn't. I don't see it.
Now's the time for a great deal on the new home.
I really don't see it. I expect to be able to operate in a fully lit environment. I do not want to be in there controlling DJing my lights like I'm in a sound studio to try to get my white levels to come up correctly. I'm not going through all that. There's a tone. In any white level we showed, there's a tone. If your screen produces too high of a white level, you're already in trouble. You already lost the bat already. That's what a lot of people don't realize. They make a screen, they want the white level to be super high. You just made a white screen. There has to be a tone in that white level. If there's no tone in the white level, you can't read color. Well, you say, well, the colors don't come up bright enough. They have to. If they don't come up bright enough, then we can't see it. So how is it possible that our white level is toned, and yet it can read a perfect color of red, where the white level on the white server screen is higher and it reads nothing? And that's one of the problems people were doing for the longest time. They take these white, silver, and gray screens and go, oh, they produce these bright levels, very bright levels. The colors are immaculate. Because no, you're going backwards. No, it's the other way around. You got to have a tone to it in order to bring your contrast up. And for those people that said I'm wrong about that, well, that's why we see you on YouTube sitting in the dark. We see you on YouTube. That's the reason why. We go to your channels, we look at your video demonstrations on your projection screens, you're all sitting in the dark. You're not doing my demonstrations at the end of the day. Oh, heck no. There's no way anywhere you can be in an environment that your screen's meters max out. With a halo system, you can't be in there. Your stuff doesn't work. You can't do projection screens on ultra short those at 150, 160 on your wall. Your screen will wash out. Y'all keep it at a compact of 100 inches, and y'all still wash out. But your quality is still poor. I'm going to give y'all a nice little challenge. I think once we get the Crystal Witch site ready to go, there's going to be a challenge page we're going to build on there. It's a reality check. And in that reality check, we're going to go to people's videos. We're going to basically put you on blast. So that way you can understand what real ambient light rejection technology looks like. There's two different types we're going to show you. One is outside with the absorbed sunlight, which is going to be a bit of a doozy. I had text through that. The other one is the one that can read through a halo system, which means you're going to have to get your screen to read through 12,000 K of LED lights, and that is super ultra bright. I forget what they say what that is in lumens. It's something way up there. It's crazy. You can't match those particular ambient lights demonstrations, and it just goes to show you exactly where your lumen count and pretty much where your screen is going to be at the end of the day. That means you have to read a 100. There we go. Yeah. I'm going to tell you something. I would go. There we go. Yeah. I'm going to tell you something. I would go into, if we had a trade show, I'd walk in there with a floodlight. 6 million candles on a floodlight. And I'll walk into your booth and say, hey, if I turn this on, is your screen still going to be there? You should be the operator. And that tech can take 6 million with no problem. It takes 100,000 lux of sunlight to take for that screen to take down. Well, actually, you can actually generate 100,000 lux. So, if you have an ambient light rejection screen, What is the average lux reading for an environment? See, we have the computer on this side, and we have it on this side. Now, does certified samples read in different environments we're in? Yeah, they read. They read perfectly fine. The only problem is they can't read that Infinity 1. That's the problem. Because they're gunmetal. They're not black. Is this black? No. It has shifting technology sitting inside of it. It gives it that ability. Let's go over here and let's grab, let me see. Starfield. It's slow color, which means we're able to produce that nice color without the screen washing out or fading. Let's go over here and let's grab a Starfield. There we go. I like the fact that I pulled these things up so many times, it actually just knows what we're going to ask for. And there's the contrast shifting technology pulling up right underneath these lights. Mine are on top of the desk, which means we're closer to the LED lights. Not the LED lights, but the overhead lights. We have our top and fluorescent lights. Our projector's at 50 lumens, and we can generate a black level with no problem. I just watch these demonstrations on YouTube where someone would take a projector, put it on their bed, hit a screen, and go, look, I can pick up. Let me explain something to you. I can take any numbers of gray paints, any of them, do the exact same demonstration. Pick up. What makes that gray paint different, or white screen different from any other paint? That's what you have to show. That's what they call gray versus gray and black versus black. You have to show that there's a difference in there. But also too, what is the advantage you're going to be able to achieve if you take one gray paint and put it next to another gray paint, one white screen next to another white screen, or one black screen paint versus another black paint? What's the advantage point you're going to pick up? Are you going to pick up higher white levels, better contrast levels? What's going to read better? That's why the gray versus gray, or if you have white screens, white versus white, and black versus black are very important. What is our advantage point over everyday black paint on a screen that already has black technology? We pick up higher white levels because black surface can't read. We pick up color because the black surface can't pick it up correctly. The black surface can pick up an Infinity 1 contrast level, yeah, of course, because it's black, but it can't read anything else, and it comes up too dark and dirty, which you can't read next to our screen. A gray versus gray, they're going to have to be at a max, beat that screen in color. They're going to have to beat it in contrast, and they're going to have to beat it in white levels, which is going to be kind of hard to do because I haven't seen one do one yet. And the white surface, well, no. I have never seen a white surface against a white surface, basically showing a high advanced improvement over the surface that you can't go pick. You can pick up in a store easily. So yeah, you have to have those tests done. Okay, if you think I'm the only one that runs it that way, there's a lot of people who run tests this way. It's much, much harder. So you're going to have to be able to pass those. If not, your stuff's going to have a whole lot of problems.
With Cascade Platinum Plus, I have upped my dish game.
In that dishwasher.
Watch me.
Platinum Plus gives you the highest standard of clean, even in your machine.
Clean enough for you?
Yeah.
Scrape, load, done. Cascade Platinum Plus.
Safe like repair. Safe like replace.
Nobody likes a cracked windshield.
Now, when I do my videos, in different versions, in different ways. I speak to multiple different people when I do videos. I speak to companies, I speak to the consumer, and I speak to people who, well, I don't know why they try, but You know, they don't do things by the book. They never do it by the book. Those are the three people I speak to. Consumers come on here and they see our screens operating, doing exactly as we designed them to do. That's what they see. They see the advantage point of what the technology can do for them. Business sees this and they see the advantage point of what our technology can do for them. How they can upgrade, how they can operate on projectors that are not going to cost them tons of money, calibrated, and all that other nonsense that goes along with that old tradition nonsense. People make product at the end of the day. It's to show you and tell you how it's to be designed. That the demonstrations that you think that you're doing on YouTube that think that will give you a survival rate will not. One of these screens walk into any showroom and it's lights out for your company. Literally. You can't maintain next to one of these things. If you're cutting corners, if you're not doing it by the book, even if you're thinking about challenging our company, as you've seen from the results of other people, how many people have been successful in taking down our company or developing technology equal to what we do? Name one. Everyone that's tried has failed. I've been doing this for years. I've been doing this way before these guys ever came into the picture. I watched people come against my Digital 1, my D5K, D6K, all that. I watched every single one of them fall. They're nothing new. We've had plenty of people way before their time. Been in for a while. I mean, different forms of screens I've challenged down through time. And I'll be challenging a lot more after this. But the difference is, this is not a gray screen print anymore. This is a D5K or D6K. This is high-end technology. Good luck on that. So these are the people that I talk to. That's why we have this massive specification sheet. That's all this information that caters to our customers, that caters to people we do business with. This is why our specification sheets are so advanced that people will actually steal our specification sheets just to lay claim to what we do. I even have videos on backing that one up. Literally stole our entire specification sheet and because he didn't understand what acoustic technology did. So we're used to that kind of stuff. You know, make claims that they're going to make our products and never do it. That kind of stuff. People that are upset and bothered by our demonstrations, people make products. You never thought this technology could pick up at 50 lumens. Yeah, it picks up at 50 lumens. Has an ILEG gain attached to these things. They read through a halo system. You have any idea the concept of what that thing did when we first showed it off? It traveled 13 feet on a projector in eco mode, sitting in factory settings. It had no enhancements for it. It had no 4,000 whopping lumens, but that projector is capable of doing. It was at 25 eco mode. It traveled in an environment where the meters can't even read in here. Hit a screen with a halo system of 6K. It had to push through all that light, hit that screen, and generate an image right back at you. It did it through black paint. It did it through black fabric. It did it at 1,000 lumens. It did it at color display, and it knocked out certified at the same time. At only 40% complete. So if it can generate in that environment at 40%, even at 1,000 and pick up with no problem, the everyday home environment would be an absolute cakewalk. Because they would never be using this much lighting in their environment. And the projectors, I'm pretty sure, are going to be far better than ours. If you start your demonstrations off with high-powered projectors, ambient light controlled environments, faking your contrast levels, calibrated machines, and all that, you have already lost the race before you even started. Yep. I couldn't do that. I'd be lying to myself. That would drive me crazy on camera. It really would. Once we calibrate the projector, The image will, I'll never forget that as long as I live. It wasn't even in a fully lit environment. All the lights went on. The church wasn't well lit yet. I said the lights weren't on yet. I still had to calibrate. It wasn't like he was battling a $5,000 screen. High-end grade certified. He was going against a white screen. So how in the world do you need to calibrate if you're going next to a white screen? That's another huge red flag that popped up. That's what came up on the forum site. We took the whole video, we loaded it to a forum site. They analyzed it, went over it. And that's what somebody came in there and said. If you're going against a high-grade certified, and you're trying to compete with the color level of a screen that's reading like on a gunmetal technology level, yeah, you may have to go calibrate to compete with that thing. But you're talking about a white screen. You literally have to calibrate to compete with a white screen. That's the lowest screen on the face of the planet. You're literally competing against a screen that's been around before the silent era movies. Has been around the silent era movies. White screens have been around the silent era of movies. They were out before the silver screens came out. You should never have to calibrate around one of those. Ever. White screen. Can't beat a white screen. That's a big problem right there. That's a huge, huge problem if you can't take out a white screen. So, no information on the panels. The panels are lightweight, thin, easy to cut, manipulate. You can use them with projector mapping application or interactive technology for your home or office. They can also be used at home theater use. Technology is fully weatherproof, so you can take it outside without worrying about the screen washing or fading. The panels come in a count of 8 panels. Price tag, $477. We do ship overseas for free. Is it Ultra Short compatible? Oh, heck yeah. You can pick up that 50 lumens. My Ultra Short sit right on top of the screen at less than a foot. Even on a Pico projector, we're falling back in an Ultra Short that's going to sit on top of that screen. That's going to be a cakewalk right there from the door. We'll be showing you that tomorrow. Now, if you're using it for a desktop display, which we're going to have a piece of equipment coming in, you can interact with the surface. It'll be to drag and drop objects across the screen at will. It'll reach infrared and projector mapping application or interactive technology, so to speak. And for those of you art goers out there, projector mapping, whatever you're designing with projectors, this screen right here can be cut, manipulate, and shaped in size to anything you want for all your projector mapping applications. Heck, you can even cut it and turn it into a cube. What the heck is removing clothes at? There we go, the pause the video. So get back on the switch and you can mess with the reconnecting. I will be doing a short video demonstration on this. We can post this, pictures. We're going to add everything to our website marketplace. You'll notice that in the marketplace there will be links on everything so you can see the demonstration, or you can watch it on our YouTube, on our new website. We changed your website's name, so we are no longer Black Series Edition LLC. We were switched over to the new company name under all our new technology. I've made that statement on camera. I said I can literally remove an entire company and build it with all new products from the ground up. Yep. Now, why did we change the company's name? Well, Black Series Edition doesn't exactly read home theater to me. It just doesn't. Black Series Edition. It sounded like something good at the time. When I developed it, I was going to make it like a series of black screens. But then we started working with silver screens and then projector mapping applications and all this other stuff we started working with. I'm like, none of this stuff is fitting the category of what we design. We just make a lot of crazy stuff. It's not going to fit. So it had to be changed. On top of that, another side of the Crystal Age technology screens, everything needed to be under one brand and one brand only. And that's how that got started. So if you're going to develop a new company, you're going to need new products. And if you got new products, you're going to have a new game. And if you're going to have a new game, well, you're going to have to show a demonstration that you have never done on any of your technology. Each one of our games do something crazy. This one, we do a Halo system. Now, the Halo systems I had in the past was just one little bar over the top. This thing literally wraps all the way around the screen from the inside. Pretty crazy, though. What are we doing? Over there fighting something. Pretty sure he's got his fish over there fighting his fish. And he makes that sound when he's fighting the fish. Yeah, get it together, buddy. Fight your fish tomorrow. I'm working right now. For those sitting there saying, oh, Taco has tons of toys. I trip over his toys here. I trip over toys there. He's got toys everywhere. He just has a toy box at my sister's house. He has, and they keep piling up with new stuff. Stop it, please. There's so much stuff he has. It's not even fun. He doesn't have a train set. He already has a train set. He's a Lino train set. Flatbed. 3 cars and a big flatbed I built for him to sit on and locate around the home front. Man. So you see all the work I put into this? See all the man hours that goes into building technology? Yeah, you can't be, you'll spend most of your time on YouTube, in forum sites, displaying your technology. If you have something worthy of everyone's time. That's what you're going to be doing. If you're showing something, you're flashing one video and that's it, that's not going to be enough to help you. One video on your product will not help you. Not against us, it won't. Well, you're going to have to do a lot of work. Some of the video demonstrations I see anyway, there's not enough going on in that video. There's so many questions I ask in these videos that I see people doing on their products. Like so much. I watch videos, I ask questions like, why is the projector so close to the screen? Can you do this on a Pico projector? Have you done these outside? I never get nothing back. You have any white level tests, white surface, low lumen tests, distance show demonstration, certified demonstration? They don't hit me back. You just want to show me a demonstration in a dark with a screen and a high-powered machine, and that's the end of the demonstration? How come we don't turn the lights on? How come those lights aren't on? Got lights over here. None of them are going to be turned on. Can you open up that window? I'd love to see the window light. See? And answer no questions correctly. Stick that thing in some windows. I got to know all this stuff because, again, if I'm going to be using this technology, oh, look at the little toadies. Look at the little toadies. He got his toes spread out between his legs. But anyway, if I'm going to be using your technology, it has to work. Can I use it in here? That's the big question. If I buy your stuff, can I use it in here? I do not want to see on my containers, it's not ambient light projection. I don't want to see that we have to darken the environment. My environment is not to be darkened. So if I buy your stuff, will it work in my environment? You make invisible technology. If I stick that thing in the window, am I going to be able to get sunlight to pierce to it? Because if I have to spend the money for an extra awning, awnings are expensive to wrap around a storefront to block that sunlight from basically washing out a screen. It's going to cost me money. So can I do that without the awning, or do I need to spend the money for an expensive awning to wrap around my store because that sunlight's going to wipe out your screen? See, what time of the day can I fire this off? Now, some people say, hey, you know, you can't fire it off until like around 12 o'clock in the afternoon because most likely the sunlight's going to be across the street. Again, I want to be able to run this from the time I walk into the store from 8 o'clock, and I should be able to run this all the way until 6 o'clock with no problem. And if I'm going to be using your product, like I said, for commercial use, I want to be able to use it in my office, fully lit environment. I don't want to be stuck in a dark environment because, again, we're in an office that will not work well in here. I need for that to work. If I'm doing it for dedicated theater room setup, being in the dark is not going to help me. If I'm in the dark and doing a movie theater setup, I want to be able to read a 100% contrast level in my dedicated theater room. I do not want light splashing to the ceiling, the walls, the floor. That screen's going to have to be able to absorb. So there's a number of things people want to ask you, you're going to have to be able to do. So if you can't do that in the day, there's no point in me buying your stuff. Gotta show me something, right? Hit the floor. Girl, show me something. Where's the remote control? On the floor. Of course it's on the floor. It's always on the floor. Oh, give me this. 4K tropical fish. Oh, never mind. Pass. Wrong controller. Definitely wrong controller. I think I'm on the fire stick. I'm so used to having the fire stick on here. So my lights that come down and hit this screen are super bright. And you can see, I can pull it no problem. Now 50 lumens can read from here. A 150 lumen projector would read with no problem. As you see, the panels are so sufficient, aren't they? See? Tighten up on that side. There we go. And see, doesn't read on a white surface. With the entire menu, won't pick up. So if I'm dragging and dropping images across my screen, it's not going to read. And if I get a projector of a higher caliber, it washes out even faster. Let me see what I got to do here. We got switches on this side, don't we? Got switches everywhere on this place. Oh, is this around here? There we go. Still doesn't read with the lights off, which again, I don't know why you would be using lights off in your office space, but okay, because I got LED lights in here. That's why from time to time I like to chill my try my LED lights on. But as you can see,
I've got plug out oil draining.
Fast.
as a matter of fact, let me go over to so I explained to you that white screens can't be used in dedicated theater rooms. They don't read. Gray screens don't read either. They won't pick up, even in the dark. I'll say you were going to line your whole entire table with the panels, and you were going to watch movies and sports and gaming. Got a nice little setup with LED lights all over your desk and stuff, you know what I mean? Gamers have that set up. This is to show you how much you're going to lose if your desk is white or gray. You're not going to be able to read that without this technology. Let's go this one, that's Cyberpunk. Ooh, I'm going to do this one. See? And you put your lights on, gone. Even in the dark, can't read. Only our technology can read. So the panels allow you to do a lot. And connecting to your desk, and connecting one to my desk. This one's actually going to my desk. I got a nice little stand support system coming in. It's like a rail system that connects, it comes across. It's going to allow me to connect my interactive technology and my portable projector. Yep. Okay. This thing bumped the crap out of my stand. So I don't like being in the dark on work. Read. Our technology picks up with no problem. Okay. That's what I need to see from the door. As you see, there's always shifting technology, even when the screen is not even anywhere near black. Is that cool or what? That shifting is insane, isn't it? Now one day we're gonna have a white screen, an all white screen that can produce a not say 100% contrast level, but shift a contrast level at being 100% white. You know how cool that's gonna be? Keep making these screens lighter and lighter, and we're gonna be doing all kinds of cool stuff with them pretty soon. Well, at least we got all that answered. We got the tabletop, saying that at night we turn the lights out. Because, you know, if I'm gaming, I got a whole nice gaming setup. My desk lights up, you know what I mean? I got that whole matrix thing going on, you know. This would be a fantastic add-on to your desk. Because then you could game off of it, watch movies, all that cool stuff. You know, you're going to be in the dark anyway with your setup, right? So, that being said, that even on a Pico projector, you won't be able to pick up. Not on a white surface, you won't read. You won't pick up at all. I'm figuring how many of these I'm going to need to fill out my desk. Oh, that's nice. Let's just knock the projector that we need for work desperately onto the floor and almost break it. Sheesh. Tell me about it, right? Oh, look at the ceiling. Like, what the heck? Yeah, it's on the ceiling, buddy. I'll finish the halos tomorrow. At least I get to work with some bright lights. I'm going to finish my screen tonight. I'm going to be off. I can't do that until the other stuff comes in, so I can go in and finish off my base. Right now, I can't do my base until I get to the paint because I ran out and I had to go order more. Base, how low can you go? What am I gonna do? That shine coming off that screen. The primer we use is gloss. It's a heavy gloss. That's what we use for the panel system. So how that light basically reflects off of it. I noticed that when I watch screen paints be painted in, and they pick them up, and they hit a window, and the window reflects off of them. They got a gloss in there. Gloss looks very, very pretty. It does make your colors pop a little higher, but the problem is that hot spots like crazy. Anything will get to the trigger, especially ultra short. Those that have a lot of problems with them, with glossies. That's why they never use them. No form site you go through, they'll never use gloss ever. All right, let me see. Where are we at on this one? We're on, I think, fire stick over here. Nighttime, New York City skyline. See the color of that? It's not even gray. It's weird, weird color, right? Yep. It's weird, weird color. That's black. That's gray. If you're thinking at the end of the day, for those of you who make gray screen paint, there's a gray screen. No, it's not even near close to gray. Nowhere near it at all, period. Pretty sure some people went out and made it gray, right? That's what you did. I hope you didn't, because you'll be embarrassed. So as we saw at the end of the day, we saw it pick up at 50 lumens. Maintain contrast levels, colors, white levels at 50 lumens next to a white surface. Did it at a tabletop display. Even with the lights out, it shows a massive change. See that's over there? I'm going to take that surface and I'm going to stick it right over there, and it's going to alter and change that surface. Allow it to be to run in all this lighting, no problem, and produce a contrast level. This would be a great selling point for when I do these demonstrations. This is kind of like practice for me. So when I have my investors come over, I do the demonstration for them. All right, let's have a go at it. First, let's have a little fun with this. Gotta have a little fun, right? Let's see if anything can change that background over there. We'll take a gray and white screen, see if we can get that contrast level to pull up. As a matter of fact, let's make this interesting. I want a darker level. Dark contrast. Ooh, that's super dark. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Give me that right there. Now, as I said before, how would your product be used in my environment? This is what we're working with, right? I need for that surface over there to turn like a real New York City skyline. Now let's see if any one of these screens right here, the white or the gray, is going to fix my problem. So some scissors in here. Let's see if anyone needs to work. So first, I'm going to do the gray. Let's do the white first, then we'll do the gray. Right, nice white surface. Make sure I got this nice and straight. There we go. Here. There we go. Now, let's see if this is going to fix my problem. You know, if you got a lot of lighting in here, I do want to work in my office. I would love to see a beautiful city skyline on my screen. Let's see if this works. So, you know, I don't want to spend the money for an LED screen at the end of the day. Why not? When I got a projector that can do all that, right? Now, let's take this and let's put this right here, all right? That does not seem to be working at all. So, gray screen paints. I have a habit of reading from time to time. Some of them will say that, hey, we can produce this heavy contrast level. And I watch a lot of these demonstrations and these dark environments claiming this contrast level. But the problem we have here, this is not for home theater, you know what I mean? We're going to be in a well-lit environment, so this has to work. So let's see. Now, I know we'll have people out there saying at the end of the day that that's not my screen paint. It's called an apple barrel challenge. We made it. All you have to do is buy that paint. Make sure it's sealed. When you pop that top, don't make sure seals are broken. We had that incident from somebody mixing black paint into one of them to try to alter the product. And if you notice, when most people get accused of stuff like that, you know what they do? They redo the demonstration again. This one didn't do it. So again, there we go. All right. People would basically say, oh, you don't believe I did it? I'll do it again. That's what they'll do. Human nature. But they won't do it again because they don't want to do it again. So make sure they're sealed when you pop those tops, and make sure that video is live, please. We'll appreciate it. Much of us will appreciate it. But just be warned, if you match that stuff, your product is now worth $4.75. So I want to go matching that stuff. All right, let's see if this gray screen is going to help me here. I want to receive a black level. Now, they may tell me to go out and spend the money for an expensive projector, something with high contrast. Guess what I'm going to tell you? It ain't going to work in here. If it did, I would have saw a demonstration by now, and I've looked for it. Let's stick this right here. Maybe this will help. Now, here's the sad part. Most people staring at that think that's contrast. It's not contrast. It doesn't read. You know why? You see the screen itself? See that grayness around the screen? That's the problem. It's not seeing black because it's coming up gray. That's not reading black in any way whatsoever. That's literally gray. See, all this right here, that's all supposed to be black. This right here. I watch this a lot in demonstrations. A darker shade will come up and it'll go, see, it's reading black. No, if it's reading black, the entire screen would read black. Even the cinema bars would come up in black. That's how we know your screen can't read. Cinema bars don't read. And it's picking up gray, by the way. All right, let's make room for our screen. Clarity, that didn't work. Right? Now, our screen is in black. Alright? Let's take our surface and stick it up there for just kicks and giggles and all that good stuff. Yes, you're right. Kadoosh. Huh. How dare you fall like that? Back in there. Be nice. Come on, I'm trying to make you look nice. Let anything do is fall out of the thing. Trying to make you look good. Work with me. And there's our technology. That is not black in any way whatsoever. Now there's shifting technology sitting inside of it. So that light surface you saw here now looks like that over there. Yep. And all that lighting, it reads at a nice dark level right there. Now I can look at my beautiful city of New York City. Are we on the right machine here? Oh, we're Fire Sticks over here. Forgot. That's mixed up. See? So, will your gray screen work in my environment? No. No way, no way. I can't even use it. None of the projectors don't run off any of my projectors at all. White screen is an absolute no. A gray screen is a definite no. Do you see the bars at the bottom, the cinema bars? You see the bottom base of my whole entire screen setup here? My base is black. See the cinema bars? See how they come up in black? That's shifting technology. Isn't it beautiful? See, speaking to people who make screen paints, you want to make that level, you got to do demonstrations like that on that level. You have to be in ultra well-lit environments. The consumer will see all this. They will see it all. You can't fool the consumer. They will see it. They feel in the end that I'm talking down to them. I'm not. I'm talking to you as anyone would talk to any forum site you go to. If you can't take criticism, if you can't take instruction, you can't take that, get out of the business. You're going to get that all day long. You're going to get it all day long. Get out of the business. If you're running through this business with a full glass, get out. You have nowhere to learn at all. You have to understand, my technology isn't underneath you. You're underneath our technology at the end of the day. Can you do exactly what I just did now? I can literally make that a matching better challenge. Can you do exactly what I just did? If a person comes here to buy our technology, we just showed them a screen that is not black, not gray, not white. We put these two surfaces up here. They're completely useless in the environment. We take our technology and stick it up there, and you see that. That's how you sell a product. That's me talking to not the consumer. For the consumer, at the end of the day, they don't want to calibrate. They don't want to spend the money for expensive projectors. They don't want to go through none of that nonsense at all. Period. They want a screen that's going to function. That's what they want. They don't want to hear a lot of excuses. You got to be trapped in the dark. Got to calibrate. Got to spend money for a more expensive projector. Got to have a higher lumen count. Blah da 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 da. They don't hear that. Sorry about that. Now, that's the gray screen sitting against that shifting technology. When I explain to you, and I do this, I break this down in pieces here. First, we show you the screen has shifting capability. That blows your mind, right? Any gray screen. I don't care what you have, what you make, what you sell. You go against a screen that has shifting capabilities, you won't be able to keep up. Because again, a gray screen can't shift its contrast. It just doesn't pick it up, it doesn't see it. So that technology, as light as it is, can wipe out any gray screen. I mean literally any. It can change its contrast. The gray screen can't, which makes it everyday house paint. You have to prove that your product has to be something different. As I said before in camera, all screen paints are made over the counter. They have to be. Unless you're making it from the ground up, then I don't even know how that's even going to work at the end of the day, because again, there's a lot of regulations, rules, and red tape we're going to have to go through in order to do that. You have to show what makes your product different from everybody else's. That's how that works. So I'm going to do a fast little demonstration here on the gray screen. We'll come back in because I got one more demonstration to do on that. Because we did get some people asking us about what about the gray screen? Can it compete with the technology we have here? No, gray screens don't have shifting technology. They don't have the capability. Well, they could have it, but that's if we make it. I haven't seen anybody do shifting technology except for us. And you write in contrast shifting technology in Google, you know what comes up? We do, because we're the ones who have that technology. No one else has it. So yeah, any gray screen, you go against one of these, you won't last. Just so you know. And mind you, there's no halo system up there yet. And that screen can take in, let's say, a halo system. All right, so I'm going to come back in. I'm going to do one strictly on the gray screen versus the panel to show you why the gray screen is an obsolete product and why it's completely useless in this environment. All right, be right back.